Here we are on God and Country. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you've had a good week so far. As can tell, I am wearing my garbage since I was told this past week by my president that I was garbage. I went ahead and decided I would wear, for this show, I would wear my garbage bag, being the fact that the president of the United States of America told me that I was garbage because of supporting Trump. Here we are on God and Country. I love to do podcasts. I love to talk about the things that are happening in America, things that are important, at least things that I think are important. And there is nothing more important outside of church Sunday that is coming up in the next several days, and that is the vote on November 5th coming this Tuesday. As you've seen, and as I've said many, many times, your vote, ladies and gentlemen, counts. You know, back in 2016, Hillary Clinton, she called us deplorables. Remember that? She said we were deplorables because we supported Trump. Now, over the last several months, you've got Kamala Harris and you've got the rest of her group calling us Nazis. That's happening and taking place. And then you had the president, our president, President Joe Biden. Whether you like him or not, he's still your president. He comes out and calls us garbage. Donald Trump, though, talking about classic. I'm sure many of you have seen. If you haven't seen it by now, Google it. You can watch it. It's amazing. Donald Trump gets in a garbage truck, and they have Donald Trump all over the garbage truck, and there he is. He rides in this garbage truck. Amazing. Classic Donald Trump. But you have Hillary Clinton calling us deplorables. You have Kamala Harris calling us Nazis, and you have Joe Biden, our president, calling us garbage. And then you had Mark Cuban coming out and say that any woman who was supporting Donald Trump, any woman that supports Donald Trump, they are weak. They are not independent. They are not strong. I mean, he just went on and on and on, and was just saying, listen, if you're supporting Donald Trump, then you're not a strong, independent, successful woman. It basically is what Mark Cuban was saying. Well, Mark Cuban, I've got news for you. You're 100% dead wrong. There are a lot of strong, amazing, beautiful women that are supporting Donald Trump. I'm talking about strong, independent women that are successful business owners, women that are in the military, women that are pilots, women that own their own. I mean, women from every walk of life that you can think of, they are supporting Donald Trump. And so Mark Cuban to come out and to say, that basically to all the women of this world, that if you're not supporting Kamala Harris, then you're weak. He's wrong. I know a lot of very strong, independent women that are supporting Donald Trump. Every lady in my family supporting Donald Trump, at least that I know of, and they're all very strong, independent women. I mean, some of the strongest women you'll ever meet. Think about Tulsi Gabbard. She is supporting Donald Trump. I mean, the list goes on and on. You're going to tell me that these women, many of our family, that they're not strong, independent women? They absolutely are. And for Mark Cuban to come out and to say that is a disgrace. And then even for Barack Obama to come out and try to put a guilt trip on black men, that if they're not going to support Kamala Harris and they have issues, Barack Obama, stay in your lane. And it would be dumb for me to come on any type of podcast and for me to say that if you're a white man, then you better be supporting Donald Trump. If you don't, then you have a problem. That would be wrong for me to say that. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have been running their campaign for the last several months. Now, Tuesday, and many have already decided because of early voting, but come Tuesday, you go into that voting booth and you vote for whoever you think would be best fit to be the president of the United States of America. We say this all the time. Your vote does count, but your vote, ladies and gentlemen, it belongs to you. Your vote belongs to you. Your vote counts and it belongs to you. Your vote doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to Barack Obama. It doesn't belong to Donald Trump. It doesn't belong to Kamala Harris. It doesn't belong to Mark Cuban. Your vote belongs to you. So not only does your vote count, but your vote belongs to you. And so when you go in that voting booth, you vote for whoever you think is best fit that you think to run the United States of America. Now, I'm going to be like this right here. And I've been waiting a long time to go back and to vote for Donald Trump. And so this is how I'm going to be right here. I've been waiting, and I cannot wait for Tuesday to get inside that voting booth. And I'm telling you right now, There's not even a question in my mind who I'm voting for on Tuesday, and I'm going to vote for Donald J. Trump. Absolutely. And that's my vote, because my vote counts. And not only does my vote count, but my vote, it belongs to me. And so I'm going to go into the voting booth. And of course, I've done my research. I've looked at, all of their policy. And I've looked at everything that they have and that they stand for and that they've said. And this is me right here. And I'm going to be walking into that voting booth to vote for Donald Trump, just like I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. This is probably one of my favorite things that I've seen. And I'm going to be like this right here, going into, the voting booth, just like this garbage can here. You got, I don't know who made this, but it's classic. Being the fact that Joe Biden called all of us garbage, that are supporting, Donald Trump. And so somebody made that. That's incredible. I love that. And so it's not even a question in my mind who I'm voting for. And I want to encourage all of you. Of course, I've been on here pushing for people to vote, and I'm pushing for people to vote for Donald Trump. But I'm not going to call you names if you don't vote for Donald Trump. I'm not going to degrade you if you don't vote for Donald Trump. I will tell you that the Democrat Party is leading this country straight to hell. I'll tell you that in a heartbeat. I'll tell you that the Democrat Party wants to is for murdering babies. I'll tell you that. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I'll tell you that the Democrat Party is wrong whenever it comes to genders. I'll tell you that the Democrat Party is wrong whenever it comes to these drag queens. The Democrat Party is wrong when it comes to borders. The Democrat Party is wrong when it comes to health care. The Democrat Party is wrong when it comes to taxes. The Democrat Party is wrong when it comes to religious liberty. I mean, the Democrat Party is wrong almost on every single thing, every single issue. And so when I go in the voting booth, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. I like this right here. It said that Trump is going to tap RFK to reorganize the public health agencies. Now, listen, this goes without saying, but I don't agree with RFK on lots of issues, like his issues that he had on abortion. From what I understand, he's pro-choice. And I don't agree with him 100%, but I do like some of the things that he has to say about whenever it comes to health. I know he's a very, very big, strong advocate whenever it comes to these vaccines for our children, that they are, if you're going to vaccine, it's a choice. It's not mandated by the government. The government should not be mandating, should not be telling us the vaccines that we have to put into our body, and not just our body, but into our children's body. And so I like the idea, that Donald Trump is going to tap RFK, whenever it comes to the health agencies. I like the idea that Donald Trump is going to tap Elon Musk whenever it comes to government efficiency. I think that's great. Why wouldn't you want someone like Elon Musk, who's a very successful businessman, to go in and to help clean up some of the government? Listen, there is a lot of waste and even fraud whenever it comes to government spending. The government wastes a lot of money. We send a lot of money overseas that we shouldn't be sending overseas. Billions of dollars that we are sending to even countries that are our enemies. Why would we send Iran money? That blows me away. Why would we be sending Ukraine millions and millions of dollars whenever we have people right here in America and North Carolina and other places from this last hurricane that are still struggling? Why are we sending billions of dollars to these countries and there's not even transparency? I mean, there's not even really, whenever it comes to being responsible or even that transparency, there's none of that there. That's our responsibility to make sure and to put our government's feet to the fire and hold their feet to the fire whenever it comes to being responsible, whenever it comes to spending. And I like the idea that Donald Trump has whenever it comes to Elon Musk and putting Elon Musk in charge of government efficiency and trying to clean up some of that government. And I'm going to come back and say this again, but your vote counts. Your vote 100% counts. And don't let anybody bully you into voting for somebody that you don't want to vote for. And so that's just, I believe, that's very, very important. One of these things that, people have been saying about Trump over the last several months, and I've heard it come out of, the Kamala camp, is that Donald Trump is going to destroy America. He's going to hurt America. And Kamala Harris she's going to fix America. Well, I've got a couple of questions. If Donald Trump was going to hurt America, then in his 4 years as president, then how come he didn't hurt America? How come gas was low and groceries were low and America was more energy dependent upon our own our own oil, and how come, the world was a much safer place? How come since Kamala's been VP, inflation's been up, groceries have been up, gas has been up? There's not safety around the world. I mean, we're in the middle of wars, and they said Donald Trump was going to start more wars, and he didn't start any new wars. I mean, Donald Trump did a great job, and I love this. If Trump was going to hurt America, he would have done it during his first term. If Kamala was going to help America, she would have done it during her first term. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump was already president one time for 4 years and did a great job. Kamala Harris has been VP for the last almost 4 years, and her and Joe Biden, their policies, they have near about destroyed America. The borders are pretty much wide open. Millions of people coming across the border. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you go into Tuesday and as you go into the voting booth, I want to encourage you to look at their policy. During the 4 years of Donald Trump, whenever he was president, was you better off than the last 4 years with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? I mean, I would have to admit and say, yes, we was much better off. Not just the United States of America, but the world was much better off. The world was much safer than it is today. And the reason why the world is not safer today as it was during Trump's 4 years, because it's strength. Trump is strength, and he has strength. And whenever Donald Trump was president, the world knew that America was back. The world knew that America was strong. And the world knew that there was a man in the White House that was not afraid to use America's strength to keep America safe. And so it kept all of the enemies quiet. But the moment he's gone, you have the enemies running rapid, killing, destroying, bombing, shooting missiles. Thousands upon thousands of people have been killed because of this administration, because of their weakness. Ronald Reagan, one of the things that Ronald Reagan always talked about and Ronald Reagan did was peace through strength. And that's the same thing with Donald Trump. It's peace through strength. It's chaos through weakness with this administration. That's exactly what you have. You have chaos through weakness. It's not safe. Why? Because this administration is so weak. So let me ask you a question again. If Trump was going to hurt America, he would have done it in his first term. He would have already done it. And if Kamala was going to help America, she would have done it during her first term. And she's been vice president over the last almost 4 years. Every single day until election and here on out, from now on, we're going to be doing all that we can to help try to get out our message of being a conservative. And over the last 3-4 months, we've been really pushing hard, to get out the vote, especially in the Christian community, to get out that vote for Donald Trump. And we're going to be really pushing, of course, from now until Tuesday to get out that vote for Donald Trump. And then we're going to transition after and start getting more policy oriented. And we're going to start having town halls all over Mississippi and even Louisiana and bring in speakers. And we're going to, there's all kind of ideas and things that we're going to do to help try to start raising money for conservatives and help raise money for conservative policy and advocating for what we believe in as Christians and what we believe in as conservatives. And so we're going to start doing all of those things in 2025, really gearing up, getting ready for 2026, and then gearing up and getting ready for 2027. So there's a lot coming down the pike. Man, we've had a lot of great meetings over the last couple of weeks with different leaders, and it's been good. It's been exciting, and I'm really looking forward to 2025 and 26 and 27 and just seeing what all God has in store for what we have planned whenever it comes to raising money, fighting for conservative policy, and then, of course, helping to try to get good conservatives in office in 2025 with mayoral races, with councilman races, and then, of course, 2026 and then 2027. There's going to be so many different seats up for election in 2027. And so we're going to be gearing up and getting ready now. You have to start now. You have to get way out in front. And so those are a lot of good things that we have going, and we're really excited about what we have planned. And of course, as we get closer, we'll begin to unfold, a lot of these things. But over the next couple of days, the main thing that we need to be getting out and the main thing that we need to be pushing is your vote counts, and so does everybody else's. And so we've got to get everybody to the polls. If you're early voting, get to the polls. And of course, Tuesday, get to the polls and vote. Once again, thank you for watching God and Country. I appreciate it very much. If you're watching this on YouTube, copy and paste, share the link. If you're watching it on Facebook, please share. If you're watching it on X, share. TikTok, share. It helps us get out our message. These social media platforms are not a big fan of ours. And of course, it takes a while to build up a network and to build up on those platforms. And so we're still working toward that end. So if you share, it helps us. And it helps us get out our message. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. God bless you. And may God continue to bless the great United States of America. Until next time.